All right, awesome. Okay, let's get this started. So I'm Jill Buck. I work at 901 in West Hollywood, California. And with the holidays upon us, I feel like whether we are pros or consumers, we're getting asked so much about what's the latest holiday trend, what's everybody doing. So I wanted to share with you guys what I've been styling a lot is a sleek center part ponytail. And I know a lot of people get frustrated with this because they feel like they're trying to hold things and they're getting bumps in the hair and all of that. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple little tips and tricks how I tackle that for my clients. And then also if you guys have weddings coming up, if you have holiday parties, any of that kind of stuff, and also sharing some of my favorite things that I keep in my kit. They're on set with me every week. So let's get started. You guys, please ask any questions you have as we go. I have some Joico support here to help me as well. So let's get started. I have my beautiful model Melina here, and I am going to be starting here with a couple different preps, okay? So what I like to use when my client's hair is wet is the hair shake that's the liquid to powder, okay? So I put that in, I prep her hair with that first, and then I blow dry that out. It gives me a grit, and it's really important when you guys are working with fine hair to get a little bit more of a grit so that you can hold when you're brushing, okay? So second step to that is going to be the beach shake, okay? And what I have, how I've prepped her hair as far as the sectioning goes, sorry, that was really loud shaking. Sectioning, we're going center part, okay? So straight down the center, sorry girl, I want to tip you back, straight down the center, and then from right kind of behind the ear. Now Melina has a little bit thinner hair. On my thicker hair clients, I'll move forward just a tiny bit on that. But the goal is that this is going to be the hair we add in later, so don't have too much hair forward. Okay, kind of what you feel like you can control for the ponytail is what you're gonna use here. Okay, I'm switching to the beach shake. You're gonna give this a really good shake. You can hear that in the can. You want that moving back and forth. This product has like a slight little wax to it, so it gives me a bit of a hold. That is like critical for the sleekness of this look. Okay, the other part that is critical is this brush. This brush is game changer, okay? This is Bass is who makes it, B-A-S-S, okay? A boar bristle brush. Now, for whatever reason, I've tried a lot of brushes, okay? And this one, I don't know the science behind it, but what I do know is it just kicks butt when it comes to sleeking that. Hopefully you guys can see that here. For me on this, for what I can see, the comments are all over the top of what I'm doing. So if for some reason you guys cannot see what's happening, let me know and I will adjust, okay? So I'm keeping my left hand, I'm right-handed, I'm keeping that at the base of the ponytail. And I'm working around that, okay? So I'm never trying to move this hand. I want this to secure, where do I want that pony? Do I want it right in the back? Do I want it a little bit higher? So that's where I'm gonna set my hand. That's my guide, okay? And then I don't move it. And now I'm just going to be slowly brushing and opening my hand and keeping that hair as smooth as possible as I work around, okay? And because of that wax base product that we added in there, it's gripping the hair as I go, okay? And we're just gonna keep doing, this takes some finesse. So don't be afraid to do this several times. It's going to be okay to move this hair, okay? And then sometimes I'll just go over it one more time and really, can you guys see how sleek that's getting that pony right there? Now, without stepping in front of the camera, I'm trying to get this angle, but what I would do is I would step to the other side in order to really finesse that pony with my client. It's all about our body position too when we're styling, and I think that we forget about that a lot. It's the same thing as when we're cutting and coloring as well. We really have to use our body positions to help us with the style. So I'm gonna come up from the bottom here. If I feel like I get an extra little bump, I'll just readjust, go back to that. Okay, slide that in. And now I'm gonna come up from the bottom to secure my pony, okay? And I'm holding that ponytail, the holder, as still as possible when I twist. The more movement you get, the quicker you're flipping the hair around is when I find people getting those bumps. So do your best, work slow here, it's okay, right? We really want to secure this nice and tight. We're giving our client a little mini facelift here, and they love it. Okay, so getting that all the way around. Again, keeping this as clean as I can when I'm working is so, so important. So I'll go back through and brush out that pony. Okay, so that's our first step. If you need to, if you like to, for security purposes, I'm using the flip turn spray. Give it a little seal down on any of those little flyaways. Okay, now second part to this is I'm gonna take this first side section. Okay, this is from kind of right at her ear, this section here, but because she has fine hair. If my client had a little thicker hair, I'd move that slightly forward. Now this is what helps me keep that perfect center part that I'm going for. There's a lot of like Hailey Bieber vibes right now doing this. Selena Gomez recently rocked this look. It's just very chic and very classy. So it's fun to kind of be able to get these pulled back, snatched ponies without it just being high and coming straight back. And a lot of my clients that aren't as comfortable with their hairline, this center part has been so much better of a look for them because they're able to still have a snatched pony but not have to have, you know, sometimes we feel a little exposed when our hairline goes straight back. Okay, so I just did that same prep, and now I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna bring this side and it's gonna marry in. Now, this is my game changer for baby scrunchies. Can you guys see that? Sorry, the lighting. It's got every color under the sun, made by Scrunchie, nice and organized for me. Let me see if I can open this with one hand. Or Marina, can you open that for me? So now I'm gonna switch to a smaller rubber band, okay? I'm gonna grab one of the dark black ones. Okay, got one of these. Sorry, I'm gonna step in front of you guys for a second. I'm just gonna follow this back with my hand, and it's gonna just now connect right into that. Again, move slow, you guys. Don't work fast through this. That's what causes more bubbles. The hair gets caught, all the things. It's just being very smooth and methodical when you're styling. Okay, we're adding that in there, and then we have that perfect added snatch side. I'll turn her sideways so you guys can kind of see that. And then we still have our fun center part. Look up even a little more for me, right there. Okay, we're gonna repeat that same thing on this side. Sorry, there I am stepping for the camera again. Can I have you be my assistant there too? Thank you. Okay, let's do this to the other side. Going back with my beach shake, spraying some of that in for my prep. Using my bass brush, really snatching that back. And you can kind of customize the direction that this goes back to based on, do you want to see the ponytail from the front? Do you not want to see the ponytail? I don't know if you guys know Haley Huff, who just married Derek Huff. This was exactly how I did her bun. We had a really, really sleek, low bun. I did it the same way because I didn't want to cause any sort of bubbling at the top. It was a long day. She needed to be able to go all day, you know, from morning until night until we did her hair change with that bun in there. We took the veil in and out and all of that. So I just felt more secure. So for those of you that do a lot of, okay, see, and really quick, see how I got a little bump right there? Now I can take this out and reset without having to drop down the entire ponytail. That's exactly why we do this. Okay, and for me, I just wasn't in the right body position in order to get this to stay. Okay, so I'm just following that. I need to be on this side and then come in. Sorry, you guys, I gotta step in front of the camera for this action here. Okay, and then I'll go over. But it's a great way to be able to quickly pivot, whether you're working on set or you're doing a wedding or you got whatever event you have that's happening. It makes it really easy to pivot when you can break that ponytail and you're not overwhelmed by the whole thing having to be perfectly snatched. Okay, so this right here is just a beautiful look. I'm gonna turn you side to side, right? She could just rock this if she wants. we could add an accessory from here. I want to show you some of the things that, these are usually like, we see this come and go, the gold with the pearls, but I actually have been seeing this stuff come back this season with red carpet and fashion week. And the other big thing that I have seen coming back is accessories with flowers again. So like things I'm seeing are a little bit daintier this next year, and also seeing a lot of bows, which I finally launched my, well, I should say it's coming this next week. Finally launched my hair accessory line. It'll be out next week. It's jillbuckhair.com, so I'm really excited. I'm gonna finish the style today with my sweet little sage green bow that I have for the holidays. But I feel like that's kind of what's been trending and what has been coming out. It's little daintier accessories. We went through really harsh, kind of more, lots of golds, lots of metals. We went through a lot of that phase for accessories, so stuff always tends to come back around. All right, so at this point, like I said, you can add a cute accessory, super fun. But I'm gonna show you guys my favorite way to do a sleek bun, because I also feel like that's happening right now too. I'm going to go back to my, my Beach Shake Wax Spray, okay? Give it a good spray. And can you see, I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, it comes out with a little bit of like some bubbles on it. Like that's the product. That's the stuff we know that is the wax, and then it's like working it in there. I work that through with a brush. I never use a product without following with a brush. Okay, I really want it to be massaged through the hair and even through the hair, and especially for those of you that do a lot of weddings, that, you know, lots of photographs, all of that. If you're not working the product into the hair all over, you can really see it. So again, just the details is what for me can really set apart a style, a very polished style. Okay, from here, I'm going to do a slight little twist. You guys let me know if you can see this, okay? And nothing tight. I don't want a ton of tightness happening here. But now I'm going to, before I do that, sorry, let me show you guys one more thing, because I'm gonna need this out in a second. I got this little, it's a little bead kit, and I got it from Michael's, the craft store. The craft store is one of my favorite things for accessories. So this helps keep my hairpins all nice and organized. Take this everywhere I go. I have little extra rubber bands. I have a blonde kit and I have a brunette kit. Okay, so then this one's double-sided. And I say keep that with you always. This is super helpful. It travels, it packs, it's small. It's easy for me to flip open with one hand if I don't have help. So those little tips and tricks are super helpful. All right, let's go back into this part here. Okay, so what's gonna happen is I just prepped. I'm gonna do a slight little twist here, and this is how I'm going to create, this is my favorite way to create a bun. Okay, so I take it here. If you needed to, you could rubber band the end, but I'm going to twist, and now I'm going to just tie a knot. Okay, do you guys see that? So it's still twisted, but then I'm just gonna tie a knot with that hair on itself and then sleek it down. You see how tight I can get my bun by doing that? I'll add spray as I go so that I'm always working the hair, always. Okay? This is how we just learn to polish hair, is just always work each section. I'm gonna take shorter little bobby pins because I don't need big ones here. Okay? Melina, you tell me if I hurt. And I feel like the shorter bobby pin kind of doesn't, it hides a little bit better, if that makes sense, as you're going through, okay? And I just kind of held that with my hand, and I'm gonna continue that twist. Now here could be a really fun little addition. You know how we've been doing a lot of like the little kickouts like this? So I can kind of leave that fun little thing, keep it slightly a little edgier, and then put a touch of like a soft, more delicate accessory with that. And that I find works so well, using a little more hairspray. Again, polishing that section as I go. That way, as I'm building with the hair, I don't have to unwrap everything because I already polished a section. So that way if I felt like, oh, there's still a little something happening here, I'll take out just that section. Okay, I'm using, again, the short bobby pin. A big tip for me, maybe you guys have heard this 40,000 times, don't open the bobby pin. Just take the bumpy side. The bumpy side's gonna go down into her hair, and anything that fits into that bobby pin is all that's going in it. That's all that its power and its strength can hold. So don't open, well, that's a blonde one. Don't open your bobby pin and then push it in, because it's just not, it's gonna just slowly push back out. Okay, so I just use that, and I'm kind of just pinning. That was really only 2 pins underneath, and that's 2 pins on the top. That's all she really needs for this. Now, if this was a wedding and she's gonna go cut a rug on the dance floor and all that, yes, I'd be putting more pins in it, okay? And then I kind of like this little flare because it's just fun, but I would definitely go through and kind of polish that too. Depending on the texture of their hair, I would maybe, could maybe put a little flat iron to that. And then it's so, so important when you guys are doing styling that's gonna be photographed that you're looking from all angles, okay? So I wanna make sure that straight on, this doesn't look crazy and like a cockatoo or something, right? I wanna make sure that here feels balanced, both sides are coming up at the same angles. So again, just really polishing and perfecting is what really sets you apart with your styling. And for me, it just gives me more confidence, to be honest. Like, I get asked a lot, oh, are you nervous to style for da-da-da-da-da, you know, and it's like, I think as long for me, when I have a planned out situation and I have the right time to polish the hair, then it's just the creativity then that needs to flow, and I don't have to be so stressed about kind of my nerves through it. So I'm gonna bring this just slightly forward, because from this angle, I mean, I already know this, I haven't gone over there, but it feels like it's popping off the head too much. So I'm just slightly pushing it down. I'm gonna take my bobby pin, not opening it, because at this point, this hair is pretty thick right there. And you see that slight little pin just tucks it in and holds it in place. So super easy. That was really fast. I did a lot of talking, so that took me 18 minutes. So again, all these little tips and tricks can help you move through looks very quickly. And I also love that something like this for a bride, when she wants to transition to maybe her hair down or vice versa, I didn't cake her with a ton of spray. I didn't have to have like helmet hair in order to hold it into place. I really just needed just slight little tweaks and to break it down. So I could drop out the sides now, and this is actually what we did with Haley. Could drop out the sides and kind of make that a little bit softer and looser and messy, and I just added it into the bun that I already had, rather than taking the hair completely down and starting over. So again, adding fun little accessories like this for the holidays, like I think something like that, if I were to just slide that in and lay that there for a little holiday thing, would be so cute, so adorable. The same with adding delicate little flowers and kind of taking and placing those in like this could be so, so cute. This kind of stuff I get from Etsy. I absolutely love supporting people that are making and creating their own stuff. I think it's just such a cool way to add like a unique flair too for my client, right? It's not something that everyone else has. And you're supporting small businesses, which all of us hairstylists are. So I love doing that sort of thing too. Or for another little like fun flair, this is my hair accessory, my bow. I would kind of take it up and do something, probably come up behind this hair and add this in as well. And then the way that I created it is I added a little tie, so I just tie that and add that little cute feature below like that too. So super easy. It can go holiday, it can go wedding, it can do multiple different things as long as you guys are taking the time to slowly polish and build in pieces. Those are like the biggest pieces of advice I can give you guys who are struggling with styling or just want to work quicker with your styling as well. So let me recap really quick some of the products that I use, because all these things are things I keep with me all the time. Okay, so when I prep the hair, I'm using the hair shake. Now, they do get a little bit confusing. Beach shake, hair shake, but this is gonna be a liquid to powder, and I prep the hair with this first. So whether like when it's slightly damp, because this gives me like some grit. So if I'm styling, if I'm curling on the top of that, this gives me that grit. This is like my working spray, okay, the beach shake. And this one is the one that has a little bit more of like a waxy feel to it. And then I'm finishing with the Flip Turn Volumizing Spray. This one is just a little bit more lightweight, and especially if you're gonna be doing looks that are transitioning, I would say stick with something like this so it's not so helmet hard when you're working. Favorite brush is, it's Bass, and it's the boar bristle one for smoothing for sleek looks. And then my hair scrunchie kit. Get that on Hair Scrunchie with all the different colors. Etsy for your accessories. And then a craft store for any small little container like this to hold your bobby pins. All right, you guys, so quick, easy tips for you for this holiday season. If you're as busy as I am, I know that you gotta jump off and start working like I do. So we will see you next time. DM me at Jill901 with any questions, or if you need links for any of the products that I used today. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.